Welcome to the Growth Diary, a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and transformation. A podcast for you, a podcast for all.
Empowerment and transformation. A podcast for you, a podcast for all.
Yo, welcome to today's episode of the Growth Diary. I am your host, your one and only, Ivan Motevagwate. And today I have a special guest all the way from Southern Province. Yeah, that's how big we are going, all the way from Southern Province. She's a debater. Yo, she can debate. I think I'll challenge her to do that. Yeah. She can debate. She's a poet and an entrepreneur. But let me allow her to introduce herself. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So who is Rudo? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it well. No, as members, you might hear me say Rudo they don't laugh.
Okay.
Our Hara and our Hill, they don't go together.
It's always challenging to pronounce my name. Even myself, sometimes I don't get it right.
Yeah.
So it's a Shona name. It's Rudo.
What?
Rudo.
Rudo.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So yeah, those are mostly I just tell people, okay, I'm Patricia, for the sake of peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the brand is good.
Yes.
Rudo, yeah. So today I'm hosting Rudo. Like I said, she's a debater, she's a poet, and an entrepreneur all the way from Choma, Southern Province. How's that part of Zambia? I pray I will visit once.
Yeah, that part of Zambia is, I think I would call it peaceful.
Pretty sweet. Not here.
That place is peaceful. It's home. It feels every time you go there, it feels home. Yeah, we're farmers. Yeah, hardworking people there.
Yeah, you guys are for money.
Yes.
I think more Mama Popo. Yeah. So how was life growing up in Southern Province?
Life growing up in Southern Province, I would say it made me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like hardworking, because it's life there isn't expensive as per se. You can't compare life in Choma and life down here. Yeah. So just that it doesn't have a lot of business opportunities compared to here, because the number of people in the southern and the number of people down here is like there's a massive difference.
Yeah.
But growing up that side, it was very peaceful, and it made me, I would say, Rudo, hardworking, because you have to hustle to survive. Like in any other place, you really have to hustle. But most of the childhood things that we did was farming, of course.
Yeah, I believe you are hard workers. You know, farmers, you're always working on that side a bit. Like living that side, you know, mostly, you people have big farms.
Yeah.
So you're always working out throughout the year.
Mostly.
Well, apart from the farm, what other things is there about you? How did you spend your childhood apart from farming and helping mama, did you?
Okay, helping grandma.
Oh, yeah.
And most of the things that I did, because I grew up in an extended family, so other than farm work when it's not for big season, it was always fun, just being home. Yeah, making sure you're just strengthening those family bonds with a lot of cousins, a lot of brothers at home. So we spend most of the time at home, away from school, away from the farm. We're always home, just trying to bond like that. So I would probably say I've got that strong bond with most of my family members, especially those that were brought up in my grandmother's house. Yeah, because we spent most of the time together. Yeah.
And the transition from Southern to this down of Zambia, what prompted that?
Okay, so basically, I would, to people in Lusaka, please don't quote me wrong.
Yeah.
I've never really been a fan of Lusaka.
Yeah.
I don't know, that thing where you're not really exposed to different places. It's just home, and you're just bound to be home. So the only thing that really made me to move from the southern down here is school. And that was prompted after my grandma's passing. So when my grandma passed, Dad was like, schooling in Choma? No, you have to come here, because basically my dad and mom are based here. So that was the movement. Otherwise it was a hard one. I refused. I stayed back for some months. And Dad was like, as long as you're not coming to Lusaka, no school for you. I was like, okay, girl, you gotta move. So that was that.
But otherwise, you were doing okay, like being in Lusaka, and some of those events I see you hosting, that's big. How did you just manage to find yourself on the spotlight? People have been here trying to just find a way. How did you just Step on the right.
Okay, so basically, whenever you go to a different place, it's always very hard to like settle in because being in a new place, I know nobody other than my family. I don't know anyone. But then I think being nice to people and just being kind to anyone you meet has kind of helped me because I see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Just being humble too, because you don't know who the person you've met is until you have a person to interact, like you get to talk. And yeah, I think that's what has helped me because I came here, I was in school, and you know, there's always that thing where, okay, I'm not yet in my place, this is my place, so I have to stay in my shells, like I don't have to show myself to the people. And then somebody just spotted you like, girl, can you do this? And like, yeah, okay, let's give it a try. Yeah. And then I did, and yeah.
Confidence, huh?
Confidence.
You know, I have a slogan for this year. I'm saying 2025, you feel confidence now, that's it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll borrow that one. That's what has worked for me.
Yeah.
Just that crazy confidence and just the audacity. Like, everyone is like, I can't go there. I'm like,
You
I'm
go
coming.
where
I'm coming.
everybody's.
Everyone is like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, I don't mean. If
Yeah.
other people did it, how different am I? But I'm doing it better. And I think that's what has worked for me.
Falling in love with you. No, I need to visit Saudi, and I love the confidence.
You have to visit.
I love the confidence.
You know, in Southern, you just have to have the confidence. Imagine you so.
You did that?
You've
done that?
Not really, but that's what goes around there.
So
you're dealing with animals, so you just have to.
Me as a guy, if I go there, I should expect that.
Yeah, you should, because if you're just walking around doing nothing, please, one of the cows will just bump into you and he will laugh at you. You are going to bleed.
You laugh at a visitor for real?
Yeah, because Kokosa, whenever you're going to a new place, you are supposed to be strong. Be ready to face whatever you're going to find there.
Yo, man, I love how you're bringing in the Pemba. Oh, one Zambia, one Zambia. Yeah, you are in Zambia. Yeah, so, like right now, if we was to call a 7-year-old you or a 9-year-old, what do you think she would say to you?
I think she would tell me, I'm proud of you. Yeah, I think seeing the fact that Rudo has gone through that, and she knows, I think she would really tell me she's proud of me. Because, you know, being in a place where, like the things I do, like you mentioned, poetry, debate, entrepreneurship, public speaking, and the rest of other things, some families don't really believe in those things, you understand? And that's a place where I came from. I would mention only a few people that really thought, okay, yeah, she's good at this and she can do it. From a Catholic background, I did a lot of those things at church. You know how Catholics are. We'll do a lot of things like that. And other people are like, no. The only person that really pushed me through was my grandmother. Though we would fight sometimes, but I knew she was proud because she would tell the friends, and I knew, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Otherwise, I would really think she would say she's proud of me because it hasn't been easy, and it's still not easy, but I've been there, I've pushed. Yeah.
So we are talking about building self-confidence. Huh? I just added confidence to say, okay, this is me, like you said. You try to go where everyone is running. You know, what people are scared of is what you go against. Because where people are running means there is more greener pasture, none of fakes and more. So how did you just build the confidence to know this is me and stand against your family, like you said? Not everyone believed in you, but how did you just know that, okay, this is me, and just know that I will do this until they believe? What was the motivation? How did you just build that Rudo?
So the thing is,
you said
Rudo.
Again?
Rudo.
Again? What time?
Rudo.
I think I don't want to sound with an R.
Yeah. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that.
Yes.
These guys from this side don't understand.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm a twin, and you know, being a twin,
you should have said that from the beginning.
You know, there's that thing where they say no, the other twin is sharper, and I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I think I was the loud twin compared to my twin brother. So that is one of just those factors that I would say it's an inborn thing whereby you got this sharpness and intelligence and whatever, I would say. But then it's quite different when it comes to identifying your talent and then again working on your talent, because there's a quote that I normally say, hard work beats talent if talent does not work hard. So you might have the talent, but if your talent or you're not doing the most for it, it will just be something that you just have and nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
So my confidence, I started reading books. Like I really used to like reading books, big people's books, at a very tender age. And my grandma told me, yeah, she should say.
Wait. So there are big people's books and young people's books.
Not really,
Yeah.
but in the context of growing up, I would say yeah, because I'm in grade 5, 4, and then I'm reading an agricultural book for some university
yeah,
student. And then she's like, "Mom, okay, I'm cool. I was like, I think that I'm a book." Like my grandma was always saying.
But seriously, those are big people's books.
Yeah, those were big people's books. Then
Yeah.
I think those are just some of the things because people would expect you to read Jerita and Budenga. If I say I never read those books, people would think nah, but I never. Yeah. So I think just one thing that has kept me moving, despite my family not really being. Saying my family, it would be a little offensive, but okay, yeah, for lack of better terms, them not really believing in this whole poetry and debate thing. What kept myself moving was me, because I told myself, okay, where these other people in your family haven't gone, girl, you have to go.
Yeah.
The things that they didn't do, you have to do, and that's what has kept me up to now. Trust me, there's still a lot of other things that I feel I'm doing that nobody else in my family has ever thought of doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, even if I don't get the much support that I need, I have me to push myself. Because at the end of the day, it's about me. They've lived their lives. Some of them, I would say they've overlived their lives. Because anyway, we don't know who is dying and who is what. But I've got my life. I don't know how far I still have to go, but I know I'm still going far. So I told myself, okay, Patricia, Rudo, don't really focus on what these people are saying. Focus on where you want to be. And it's very important as a young person, as you're taking whatever decisions that you're taking in your life, know where you want to go. Because, okay, you can't just start on a journey, like get on a bus and say, wherever the bus is going, that's my destination. So you need to know, as you're starting off from home, how am I moving? Make a roadmap for your life. In as much as we can say our plans are not God's plans, but then when you pray about what you want, God always gives. That's what I can say, because I've believed in myself. I've told myself, okay, you can do this. The fact that you've got a voice, use it. I love to sing, but I'm not a good singer. I pray that in my next life I'll be one. But I've made sure to just use my voice. I teach. I'll use it through my poetry. I'll use it through my debate. People would say, no, you talk too much. I was like, okay, that's my advantage. Because in my talking, some people get healed. Some feel better. Others just seeing you smile, they feel okay. So I gotta do that. Like, I don't mind smiling at a stranger, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep smiling. So I'll do that.
Confidence, now that's it. Yeah,
because one thing that I've gotten to learn about these little years that I've lived on earth is most people don't want you to do better than them. So the moment they see, they can tell. Even Satan has good eyes. He knows your future. He knows that, okay, this person is big. And they're going to try by all means to just pull you down, like they're just going to pull you down. And sometimes they won't even use strangers. Your family, the people around you are the people that are going to tell you, you can't go anywhere. Others will be like, hey, Pasha, the way you like going to church, I want to go. You understand? And people are like, okay, what do you mean? But then it's me and my God. It's me and knowing who I want to help at the end of the day or what I want to achieve at the end of the day. Because they say the sky is the limit. For me, I don't have any limitation. For the fact that I can go there, I'll get there. Whether it's by road, by water, by air, I'll get there, and definitely I have to. If I die trying, at least I'll be glad I tried. Other than just saying, oh, they said I can't do it. They say that it's them. It's not God. As long as God has given you that ability to do something great, trust me, you can do it. So you don't need people to believe in you. Believe in yourself first.
I wanted to give her a challenge, of debating, but I think we've already seen it for ourselves. And trust me, I don't want to debate with her. I don't want to go there. I really don't want to go there. I thought that was a good debate. Like now I'm evaluating myself. Am I losing confidence now?
Don't lose it.
But no, I can't lose it.
Don't lose it. Trust me, you're going to find people that are like doing better than you, or they're in the same field than you, but they've made it. But you want to get there. So if you get discouraged because I can't be like them, you won't get there. So just say you're not competing against anyone. You're competing against yourself. So if you limit yourself, it means you're gone. So you're not competing against nobody. It's just you and yourself. That's
confidence and audacity.
Chapa.
Just say the what?
Confidence and audacity.
Now put it in Bemba. Fi confidence and fi audacity.
Fi confidence and fi audacity.
Oh, that's the only thing you need for you to have what you want in life. Today we are talking about the power of believing in yourself. So, Rudo.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
By the time you're done, I will really get it.
Don't
Yeah. So, you are doing so much, and you said growing up, life, and some. So, what are some of the challenges you face as Rudo the debater, Rudo the poet, Rudo the business lady, and how do you just make time for all of them? Plus, you said you were a student as well.
Yeah.
So, all this going on, how do you make time for all of it so that they don't get affected?
Okay, so like I say, at the moment, the major thing I would say is academics, because that's one of the most reasons why I'm here. Academics, time management is very important in one's life, because we all have 24 hours. Nobody has got an extra. So however you use any minute that you get is what matters, because we've got people that are great, not because they had 28 or 40 hours in a day. They also had 24 hours, but how you're managing your time. So when it's time for academics, I think I would say we can try to say one thing at a time, but not really that we're putting all our eggs in one tray or one basket, but just having one thing at a time. When it's time for academics, the major focus, let it be academics. When it's time for extra activities, let's say debate, let's put all our energies there. When it's time for poetry, let's do it at our best. Do it like you're dying tomorrow. Like, do it like this is the first and the last chance that you have. Don't try to hold back. Say, okay, for today, like I'll just give them a slogan and then I won't go far. Just do it with all your energy and enthusiasm, and then it's gonna be better. Because when you move other place, at least let there be a difference to say, okay, this person was here. When you're in a particular place, if you've been invited as a guest or as a performing person, when you go there, let the people that invited you, at least if they won't tell you that it was great, let them smile. They will not say you've done a good job. So I think just creating time, managing your time, and knowing things that are most important at that particular time, I think that has helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You've talked of reading books, that's all building yourself, Having confidence in you takes so much, a lot of things, a lot of experience, a lot of learning, and a lot of things to unlearn, so that you can just put in new information, new lessons, that's keeping up with everything going on in the world. But we have so many news around, complaining, they are not becoming who they want to become because they have no people to help them, or they'll say, no, it's because I grew up in Shangombo, Shantumbo, I was, all those things. I was born in such a place. But you said you grew up in Choma, Southern Province, and you said your life was at a farm. But not really, sorry if that term is not okay. Like most of the time you growing up, it's farming, if not farming time, farming. How did you just manage? What's your word to someone there? Blaming their life or the situation in their lives because of where they've grown from or the place or the parents they have.
Okay, so one thing I would say to the people out there, you are not defined by a place that you were born at or a place that where you were raised. You're defined by who you decide to become or who you chose to become. Trust me, if everybody would just try to point fingers at each other, at the end of the day, we're all going to be as dumb and useless. Because some people they never grew up with parents. Some people grew up in the streets, but they still made it. They knew and believed in themselves and they know what they wanted. So it's not about where you grew up. It's not about who raised you. It's not about how you were raised. It's about what you decided to do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, they say man is the mind. And if man has the mind, they are going to become what they want and not what the other person wants them to be. So we get to hear a lot of negative words from family, from friends, a lot of discouraging words that we get to hear. Trust me, it's rare where you go to a house or a place where your father tells you, I love you, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're blessed, like that. We just see that in movies. Some of us, like, I don't know if my father has ever told me he loves me, but you know he does. With the way he will treat you, you know, it's okay, this man really wants the best for me. So it's not really about what you've heard or what people have said, but it's about what you've decided to hear and what you've decided to act on. Because we are what we hear and what we see. So at the end of the day, Rudo is me, and I chose to be me. I would say I'm different from the rest of my family, with no regrets, because I know what I'm doing is a good thing. We have brothers that drink and they keep on blaming our parents. Some of them blame the parents that died maybe when he was just 15, of which he's 30 now. What has he been doing in these past 15 years? Complaining does not bring any solution. We know we are overthinkers. Thinking doesn't really give you a solution to your problem. But then when you think about something, think about the way out. Don't just stay in that pit because you are there. So I know a lot of us have turned into alcoholics, like we just drink, others are selling, like people are selling, you know. Why? Because they say, no, I grew up in a poor home. So at the age of 15, 16, somebody is mature enough to know what they want. So even after 25 or after 30, you're still saying, I grew up in a poor home. You didn't grow up in a poor home. You are poor. Your mind is poor because...
You're also being in a poor home now. You've become the poor home.
You've become the poor home because some things that our parents have gone through or things that we have gone through, it's you to make a decision to change it. So for me and my cousin, we always said, where our parents did not go, we're going to go. And trust me, we are doing that. Where if my dad has never traveled, like gone to other places, trust me, I'll be the first person to break that record. If my father did not complete school, maybe he dropped out in grade 7, grade 8, trust me, I'm going to complete. Not just completing, but with flying colors. That's what someone should affirm themselves like every day. Tell yourself, I'm going to do it, and I'm doing it, and I'll do it better. It's not just about doing it because somebody has done it. Do it in your own way and make sure it is done perfectly. So that when you look back, like I'm saying, looking back, the younger me is proud of me. Yeah.
So the passion for the date and the way you are coming out, do we expect to another Rudo in the future?
Yeah, she's already there somewhere. Honorable Rudo somewhere. Yeah, she's there, but not really into politics, but just an honorable in certain ways, because I see myself keeping a lot of people, building a lot of homes. Old age homes, orphans, and trust me, they'll call me honorable for that, because my works are going to be honorable, not just because of the name, because most of these honorables we see, there's nothing honorable about them. So she has to be honorable, not just because she's in politics, no, but because she's doing things that are like good for humanity and good for the benefit of others, not really about what she can get, but what she can give and what others can get from her. So that's the Rudo that you're expecting, and that's the Rudo that is working on Rudo to become that. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you know what we do on this episode, huh? We do a challenge. Most we do it off camera, but we are going to do it with you here on camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what challenge?
Here on camera. No, it's very simple.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Sure.
Can you remember what's your favorite food when you was 2?
My favorite food when I was 2?
Yeah.
What did my mom tell me? She told me I like to eat a lot, to drink a lot of milk and pasta. Up to now, I still love pasta. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, that one is.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah?
If you can remember, as a child, what was your first grade teacher's name?
My first grade teacher, Mrs. Havasimbi. Yeah, that was my first grade 1 teacher, because she taught me from grade 1 up to like grade 6, 7, and up to now I still meet her and she still reminds me. Anyway, I can't forget her.
Okay, one last one.
Yeah.
As a child, when you talk to mom right now, she tells you, what thing did you do most that got her very annoyed?
She said I used to like reporting a lot to my grandma.
You used to report mom?
Every time someone offended me or mom like delays to give me something or she gets mad at me, I would go tell my grandmother. Like I was loud, so I would go to my grandma. I'm like, Mommy has that. So she's, yeah. And she never used to like it because grandma would scold her. Why much that song? And for me, once I hear that, I'd be like, yes. So even with my twin brother, I used to do the same thing.
Reporting?
Yes.
Right now, you don't report them?
No, we are buddies. We're big people now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why we call the growth.
Yeah.
We're getting everything in that diary today.
Yes.
Okay, so what's just your word to a person outside there trying to discover themselves, trying to build their career, or just, trying to get back on their foot after falling, after a certain experience, a setback?
Okay. So what I can say to somebody out there, don't always be available and don't always be everywhere, because when you're everywhere you don't really get to have time for you, and then when you're always available you get to lose value, because check, we're in the mango season, right? And mangoes were everywhere and we were just buying them, and now they're like phasing out. That's when some of us have started craving for them, and they're kind of expensive. So when you're always there, people are not going to see your value. So be at a place where you're valued and stay there. If you know you're at a place where they only call you, if it's a party, or a price stand, please don't go. Have some respect for yourself. Yeah, because people can be a little cruel at some point. And then one thing that I would also say is sometimes give a deaf ear to certain things. If something that is being said to you is not building you in any way, don't keep it to mind. Because a lot of people are committing suicide, a lot of people are failing to bounce back because somebody told them, you understand? And that rings in their mind every time they want to do something. That just rings and they are just told, you ain't going nowhere, which is not a good thing. So the more you try to believe in yourself, whatever negative word that is said to you, turn it into a positive thing. And make sure you just work on it. If they are saying you're not going anywhere, make sure you try to go somewhere. If they're saying, no, you will die poor, make sure you show them to say you will not die poor.
Show them who's the boss.
Yeah, like it's all about you. It all depends on you. So if you pay attention to every little thing that is said by people, you're not going to grow. Because people always talk. People will gossip about somebody that is dead. How about you who's alive? So and most people will talk about you when you're doing something great or when you're winning. If you are poor, you just remain on the ground. Trust me, nobody is going to waste their bandwidth talking about you. But the moment they see you winning and they know you're going somewhere, they will talk about you day and night. And then if you try to concentrate on what they are saying, you might end up losing yourself in trying to impress the people. So if you're in a place whereby you're doing something great and they're not seeing it, don't do it to impress them. As long as you know what you're doing is right and just before the eyes of God, and you know to say what you're doing is the right thing to do, please go ahead and do it. I think that's what I would say. And for those that are like, okay, coming from a certain situation and you feel, okay, maybe somebody died, maybe somebody who was sponsoring me is no more, maybe I've dropped out of school, I don't know what to do. Like I said, man is the mind. So whatever that is in your mind is what you are going to become. It's not everybody that has made it because they went to university. It's not everybody that has made it because they went to some school out of the country. It's about others have gone there, but they came back the way they went because their minds are poor. So you just have to pick yourself up. I don't like that thing where, especially for you guys, that thing that they say, no, Mamona Samalila, as a man is supposed to be strong. For me, I believe a man is human at the end of the day. So you also have times where you fall and you need a shoulder to lean on. I know men also have their own issues that they're going through. For a fact that we are human. So to every guy out there who's trying to make it, if you are with people or you're surrounded with people that don't believe in you, please, sir, Mr. President, the Attorney General of Zambia, please believe in yourself. Don't wait for somebody to believe in you. Because if you're waiting for someone, trust me, you wait until lemons, then sweets. You wait and nobody will. So just pick yourself up. You can take your time, don't rush. Because when you rush, at times you pretend you're fine when you're not okay. And then you find yourself going back down again because you were still hurting. So take time, talk to yourself. If you have people that you feel you can confide in, I know men are secretive, but if you've got somebody that you feel you can confide in, talk to them. If you've got some sports or something that you can do to just make yourself feel better, do that and then bounce back. Which point or bounce back?
I think I'll be calling you Rudo the Challenger. Yes, believe in me. It suits you. The way you talk, no matter what, someone be challenged just to do something. Like, you do the challenge. So don't be surprised when you find the name written. My guess was Rudo the Challenger.
That's a good one.
It's a good one?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, so my guess was Rudo the Challenger. Yeah. Hopefully you've learned one or two things. Today I was with Rudo, the Challenger. We was talking about self-confidence, building. I believe you can just see it in our presentation. I don't even need to say much. You could tell that this lady knows what she's doing and she knows where she's getting, where she's going. And if there's one thing I've learned about confidence from her is the first key or the key word is just knowing yourself first. Believing in yourself, discovering, knowing your weakness, and knowing the people around you.
Yeah.
And apart from that, one thing I've learned is adding value to your life. It's what's important. People will come for the substance which you have in you, not for how you look, how you talk, or where you were born from. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're born rich or poor, but how you live afterward, it's all your choice.
Yeah.
I was your host, or I've been your host, Ep11. Thank you for joining us today. I was with Rudo there.
The Challenger.
See you next time.